Warzone has had a lot of metas, but what even is a meta? Actually, it's an acronym standing for most effective tactic available. And in Warzone terms, meta just means it's the best gun in the game. Since Warzone is a live service model, the developers are often tweaking and balancing different elements of the game. For Call of Duty, the weapons receive frequent buffs and nerfs, which changes the meta. If you've been playing Warzone since the very beginning, you probably have fond memories of meta weapons like the Kilo, Growl, MP5, or Blixen, and also not so fond memories of others like the DMR. Unfortunately, Warzone 1 is long gone, but we can go all the way back to the beginning of Warzone 2. So to reminisce on all the good and bad memories of Warzone, I decided to revisit the most popular metas and get a win with each of them. But first we have to define what we're including as meta. I decided to narrow it down to the top 10 loadouts, so 20 weapons in total. This is very difficult to do because this current iteration of Warzone spans 2 years. And in that time, we've had a lot of metas. So I tried to pick weapons that were the clear-cut dominant meta and also lasted at least about a full season as the top option. Let me jog your memory for a moment though. Do you remember what Warzone 1 was like just before it shut down? At the time, the game was actually in a phenomenal place. We had a very balanced meta with multiple competitive options. There wasn't really one clear-cut best gun. The game had very few bugs and glitches, and even hackers and cheaters were at a manageable level. With Warzone 2 on the horizon, the developers of Call of Duty were telling its audience that they were gonna blow our minds with the latest technology in gaming, and fans were on the edge of their seats waiting to play the new Warzone. And then came November 16th, 2022, the launch of Warzone 2, except it was a complete disaster. The game was riddled with bugs and glitches. Console players could barely even load into a game, and PC players would dev error and crash most of their games. To make matters worse, Warzone 2 was nothing like Warzone 1. With Infinity Ward being in charge as the lead developers, they had some very different ideas for what Warzone should look like. Their thought process seemed to be going for a slow-paced and tactical style shooter. Movement like slide canceling and bunny hopping were a thing of the past. And the time to kill, or TTK, was dramatically reduced. Most guns only took a few bullets to down an enemy, and if you were on the receiving end, you had absolutely zero time to react. But despite the game having its issues, there were still metas, and the very first was the TAC-56 assault rifle paired with not an SMG, but akimbo pistols, the X12s. The TAC-56 became popular quickly mainly because of its low recoil compared to other choices. Warzone 2 had dramatically increased something known as visual recoil, meaning your iron sights or optic would shake violently when shooting. And on top of that, the guns produced tons of muzzle flash and smoke, making it nearly impossible to see what you're even shooting at. Some people loved this sense of realism, but most OG Call of Duty fans despised it, as COD has always had an arcade shooter feel, meaning many aspects of the game were never meant to be truly realistic. Remember in Warzone that a loadout consists of 2 weapons, usually a long range and a close range option. So for the close range, there were plenty of SMGs that were good options, but nothing came close to the firepower of the Akimbo X12s. There were also the Akimbo P890s, but the X12s were a bit more popular because they had a lot more ammo. Today though, the Akimbo X12s are, well, awful. The TAC-56, however, not too bad. It's got pretty low recoil and clean iron sights. Its time to kill is definitely not as competitive as the current meta, but it's usable. For this challenge, I plan to just play Rebirth Island solos, but since Call of Duty loves to give us the most fabulous playlist, solos wasn't an option. So these games had to be solo versus duos on Rebirth Island. And things got quite hairy in this very first game. Man, I'm scared to push this. Nice, okay. I gotta keep my fights at about that range. Yep, there we go, beautiful. Because anything closer than that, when I have to pull out the pistols, it's just bad news.
Gas is closing in.
He's trying to grab his loadie. Nice, okay.
You guys
Well, you guys are camping.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
This poor guy, I have killed. Oh, there's a team at control already. That sucks. Where is that sniper at? I didn't even see him. Oh, no, 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 no. Go, 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 go. Fall down the hole. Please fall! Shoot, that team is looking at me. And I don't have smokes. Shoot. I don't have smokes. Nope. Still a guy over here somewhere. This rotation is going to be absolutely horrendous because I'm getting stared at by the control team. There's a guy in here somewhere. I gotta deal with this guy. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna let him run by me. Wait, another one. I'm gonna let them run by me. Oh wait, it's a different team. More than one team over there. The control lead, I might be good over here. Oh man, I have like no cover to work with up here, dude.
Only 4 remain. Finish the job.
Oh my god! Ah, the pistols are so bad! Wait, fresh gas mask. Specialist.
Gas is moving.
1v2.
Enemies deployed a counter UAV. Hostile bomb drone is active.
Oh, bomb drone. No smokes in here, man. Oh, no. Are they even in the zone? Nice.
Keep your eyes up for prize contracts. You'll earn more buck for your bag. No enemy movement detected at this time.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, I'm so glad we did that one. Those guns are so bad. So this was the TAC 56 loadout that I was using. One thing you will notice with the Warzone 2 metas is that I am using updated attachments that have came out later in the game. For example, the Quartermaster Suppressor is a great attachment that is just way better than anything else we had back then, and I wanted to make things as competitive as possible. Only other option if you want to change this one up is you could probably take off the high grain for an optic if you need one. And then here's the Akimbo X12 loadouts. Again, these ones are tough, so I don't recommend trying these now. For the second meta, this is probably the longest meta we've ever had, and the one people remember the most about Warzone 2, the RPK Fennec meta. The RPK LMG lasted as the clear-cut best long-range option for 3 straight months. The TAC 56 was still good, but once people discovered the RPK, nothing compared. It had insanely fast TTKs, pretty low recoil, and a huge 75-round drum. Its only downside was its awful mobility, which made Warzone 2 feel like even more of a snooze fest at times. After the Akimbo pistols got nerfed, the Fennec SMG had the next fastest TTK, and paired with its insanely fast fire rate, it was untouchable at close range. Currently though, both of these options are decent, but certainly nowhere near how dominant they used to be. The RPK felt solid, but it's still pretty slow handling, even if you use that smaller 40-round mag, and the Fennec lacks in both mobility and firepower, and it has a very small magazine. Its only bonus is that fast fire rate. For this win though, the Fennec was the MVP and really helped me secure the dub. There was another guy on the roof here. I don't know if he's still up here. We're gonna go find out.
Out the water.
Get your off the roof.
Yeah, stay right there.
Located the rest of them.
I'll be waiting.
A few moments later.
I'm coming back, sweetie. Nothing to say there now, buddy? All right, we're just gonna keep height. It's a solo and a duo left. Wait, are they fighting below me right now? They are. Let's see if I can't third party on this a little bit. My gosh, is this an awkward drop down here? I don't want to do anything stupid and sell it. Or if they were smart, they would come run right up here and take height. I did not mean to fall. I'm dead. I did not mean to fall, dude. Gosh dang it. TCap, you idiot. 1v1v1.
Time's almost up. Finish the mission.
Oh, shoot. Let's go. Come here. Let me execute you. No. Let's go. Whew. My RPK loadout was a little bit different than what the kind of old meta was. Again, we've got some of these newer attachments on it, and I also put on the 40 round mag just because it's so slow with that 75, but this was not quite the meta loadout back in the day for it. And then here's the Fennec loadout that I was using as well. It's definitely not a lot nicer with some of these newer attachments in terms of its recoil control. It wasn't until Season 2 Reloaded on March 15th, 2023 that the RPK finally saw its reign come to an end after some serious nerfs. And earlier in the beginning of Season 2, the ISO Hemlock assault rifle released into the game, and it was an instant fan favorite due to its extremely low recoil, even for Warzone 2 standards. Also, Season 2 came with some serious nerfs to the Fennec, which catapulted the Lockman sub, aka the MP5, as the top meta choice for SMGs. The Lockman sub had TTKs nearly just as good, but just not quite as fast a fire rate. And the Lockman sub would remain a top SMG option for basically the rest of Warzone 2's lifespan. I gotta admit, out of all the Warzone 2 guns I used, I think I was most impressed by the ISO Hemlock. It still has extremely low recoil, and honestly the damage wasn't too bad either. So if you want some nostalgia, give it a try. The Lockman sub is just okay in today's SMG meta. It really lacks a lot of movement speed, and the damage is not nearly as good either. But I did have a hilarious encounter with it in Prox chat.
Come out with your hands up and your pants down.
Hey, what did he say?
Yeah, come out with your hands up, pants down, bro. We don't mess around.
Hey, Hemlock's not bad actually. Wait a sec.
Yo, can you hear me? Come on. I know you're on the
Oh god.
Come on, freaking put on, buddy. Fight like a man, little bro. I'll grab your ball. I'll send a
Little bro just called him little bro.
Wait, shut up. Let him talk. Let him talk. What'd he say?
What did he say?
What did he say?
You're a little bro and you're calling him little bro.
Alright, hold on. Listen, T. You wanna be friends?
Not really. You want to be in a YouTube video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Come stand out here so I can kill you.
No, you're gonna kill us.
You'll be in the video though. You'll be famous. 15 seconds of fame.
What's your channel?
Move it.
What's your channel?
TCaptainX.
Yeah, what's your channel called?
Look me up.
What'd you say?
It's literally my name. Literally my name. TCaptainX.
Okay.
Cap.
Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting.
Shirtless stream win.
Yeah, his YouTube channel is his YouTube channel.
Dang, y'all haven't heard of me? I must suck. I must be a bad YouTuber.
I'll give you.
Gas
Wait.
here.
Oh, it's my boy. Wait, no, that was someone else. TCaptainX. One word. It's literally my username.
I'll give you 50.
We come in peace.
We come in peace. I'll even tickle around in your butt if you don't kill
What?
me.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, bro. We promise, bro. We'll give you
I promise.
Nobody, thank you for the 2.
I will
Okay, yeah,
sit.
70C, you're
Twinkle
chilling.
around. Twinkle.
Please.
Brother, please stay in school.
Yo! Wait, drop it in. Oh.
Get up, bro. Get up here,
talking about?
The rest of them.
Yo, why you doxing me, bro? Come on! I already told you not to. Yo, what happened to TD? Oh, bro, chill.
I'm coming, boys.
Extra tack back to
Try to come again, bro. Come outside, nigga. Come to the roof.
That one usually tone the language down. Slammed! Let's go. Let's go. What? Yo, I don't know where my bullets were going there for a minute. Okay, there's one in the bounty. Must be ghosted.
UAV is being.
Nice. Teammate must have rezzed.
Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated. Gas is moving. Advanced UAV returning to base. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Wait, he jumped down. Those guys are in the tunnel. Why is this guy showing not his level, bro?
The enemy lost track of you. Good work down
Oh, good jump pull, good jump pull. Don't get sniped, TCap. Don't get sniped.
Hostile motor strike near your position.
Come on, bullets. Come on, bullets. I think the one guy rezzed. Nice. The other one rezzed. This is the godheady, bro. Can't get much about. Oh, he's right there. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Give him the chair! Oh! Again, this Hemlock build is a lot different than what the OG meta version was, but this one, it's pretty nice. I really wish the MP5 Relockment sub was still meta today because this is just such an iconic gun, but hopefully we'll get it back in Black Ops 6. When Season 3 of Warzone 2 released, we had yet another new weapon that instantly rose to meta status, the Cronen Squall Battle Rifle. The Cronen was the polar opposite of the ISO Hemlock. It had plenty of recoil, but was made up for it by its insanely high damage output. During this time, the more elite or sweatier players chose the Cronen, while more casual players stuck with the ISO Hemlock until the ISO saw a nerf in Season 4. And in Season 4, we saw a new SMG, the ISO 45, which, again, to no one's surprise, like any new weapon in Warzone, was the new clear-cut meta. And personally, I have some very fond memories of the ISO 45 because I dropped my all-time Warzone PR with it, an insane 53 kills. I had plenty of help from my awesome mod squad who pretty much stopped shooting people at the end of the game and really helped me cross that 50 mark threshold. So shout out to the mod squad. I need one for the 50. I need the last one. I need the last one. Don't shoot. Just don't shoot.
Where is he? Where is he?
I see him. I see him.
Right there.
Okay, okay. Holy shit! Oh my god! Today though, like most Warzone 2 weapons, both of these are just okay. The Cronen definitely hits hard, but has plenty of recoil to account for, and the ISO 45 honestly felt really bad and maybe the worst of all these SMGs with slow mobility and a slow time to kill. But despite both of these loadouts being rather mid by today's standards, that didn't stop us from getting yet another win. However, I almost sold this game by this incredibly stupid play. This is probably a stupid idea.
Resurgence window is ending. Watch your 6.
This is a dumb idea, guys. No, wait. Oh, there was a second up there. Thankfully, with Resurgence still on, I was able to finesse a bit, get my loadout, and get back to close out this game.
There's an enemy squad gunning for you. Gas is closing in.
No aim assist, no aim assist, no aim assist. And there's a guy over behind me. That is really hard with this gun. There's just a lot of recoil on this gun. Oh, behind me. Okay, 1v2. One of them is ghosted. Oh, shoot.
Gas is moving.
Oh, nice. 1v1.
The enemy is no longer tracking. Lost. You're incoming.
The Cronen's another gun that is definitely a lot nicer with those updated attachments as well. It's kind of unfortunate how bad the ISO 45 is now because it used to be so good when it was new in the game. And now we enter the final meta of Warzone 2. Throughout earlier seasons, the cast-off 7.62 had been a solid choice due to its high damage and versatility at medium to long range. However, in Season 6, it received subtle buffs and became more dominant as other popular weapons were nerfed or overshadowed. And instead of seeing a new SMG that became meta, the Bass P, which had been around since Season 1, received some major buffs in Season 5 Reloaded, catapulting it to the top thanks to its solid range, recoil control, and TTK. Attempting to get that final Warzone 2 meta win though, kind of brought out my toxic side. Yeah, you need your teammates' help, that's for sure, buddy.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. Where's your camera, buddy? The cast off 7? Oh shoot. Bro, this kid is so annoying. He's so bad. And if any somewhat fair 1v1 fight, kid is getting slammed every time. These are the little gremlins, bro.
Bro, are you doing like what?
Oh, what happened, kid? What happened? I'm sorry, that feels so good to kill those kids. Unfortunately, we weren't able to pull off the 1v2 clutch after catching a sniper bullet to the face. So we had to try again. I knew it. I knew it. He was gonna have a sniper. Yeah. Freaking snipers, man. This gave me more time to try these guns, and I was pretty impressed with both of them. The cast-off still hits decently hard, and the Bass B has a ton of range and versatility for an SMG. This loadout's actually not bad by any means. Yep. Yep.
Resurgence has closed. No more second chances.
Bro, the bolt velocity is not hit on this gun though. Wanna control, Tupa HQ. Okay. I could go buy something. Nice, just stole that kill. Thank you. Should be one more coming this way from HQ, and then last one's at control. You could probably hang out. Oh, there he is. I think he's gonna be able to hang out on this wall, but he's dumb and ran straight to me. Last one's definitely at control. We're gonna go get to a good spot so that he has to come right to me. Let's go ahead and pop this. He's already rotated. Here he comes. Right to me.
You got gas moving in.
Let's go. This loadout was actually really good. This loadout was actually really good. The last Warzone 2 meta might still be somewhat competitive. For this cast-off loadout, I decided to go back and use the AIM-op optic because this was kind of the meta optic back for Warzone 2. The Jack Glasses is probably better, but the AIM-op is a really nice option too. And for the Bass P, I went back and used the Cronen Mini Pro, which was that kind of meta blue dot that a lot of people use on SMGs. Now, I know there's probably a few guns you might be wondering why they weren't included. And again, it's tough to narrow it down to just 10 guns. However, here's a few honorable mentions that just missed the list. list. The Vaznev SMG was a near meta option basically all of Warzone 2, but it was never really the meta. There was always something else just beating it out. The KV broadside shotgun was quite dominant, and I debated heavily putting it into my top 5. Several ARs missed the cut, such as the Lockman 5.56, M13B, TR-76 Geist, and Tempest Razorback. Other LMGs like the RAL and Sakin also had their moments early on in the game, but were just outshined by the RPK. One-shot snipers did eventually return to Warzone 2, but they had horrible bullet velocity and were tough to use. The Signal 50 did reign dominant for some time though, thanks to its fast fire rate, despite it being a 2-shot down. And then of course, no one can forget the one-shot Lockwood shotgun. Thankfully, this was only broken for about half a season, but man, was it frustrating to run into them in Vondel stairwells. And after all that, we finally got to say goodbye to Warzone 2. Thank goodness. Honestly, Warzone 2 was sort of a dark time for myself. Tons of people lost interest in the game because how much it changed. And I sort of lost confidence in myself as a content creator, mainly because my views dipped quite hard and I just wasn't having a lot of fun playing the game, especially in the beginning. But this made me so much more thankful for when MW3 and Warzone 3 released. Although technically, we're just calling it Warzone now, not Warzone 3. MW3 integrated into Warzone on December 5th, 2023. And with that, Bereavement was back. With Sledgehammer in charge and Infinity Ward taking a backseat, Warzone started to feel like Warzone again. Visual recoil was reduced, movement speeds increased, and slide canceling was back. There were still plenty of issues though. The game lacked a nostalgic map that players loved. We had 2 Resurgence maps with Ashika and Vondel, and a brand new Battle Royale map, Urzikstan, but no one really loved any of these. Ashika was the same gloomy and gray map, Vondel had tons of water and even fog to where you couldn't see 20 feet in front of you, and Urzikstan was far from the classic feeling of Verdansk. Overall, the community was much happier though, and player counts were rising. But of course, there were still metas, and the theme of early Warzone 3 days when it came to the meta was that guns could kill people really fast, even faster than Warzone 2 at the end of its life cycle. On average, the meta guns had TTKs about 0.2 of a second faster than what we currently have in Warzone. And although that might not seem like much, trust me, it was very noticeable. Enter the Bass B battle rifle and WSP Swarm. The Bass B absolutely deleted people at mid-range. And the WSP Swarm, sort of similar to the Fennec, had an insanely fast fire rate, but also a 100-round magazine. Of course, its TDK was far above the rest of other SMGs, and this was by far the most popular loadout throughout Season 1. At this point in the challenge, I was pretty excited to finally use some MW3 guns, because they're just generally much better than all the MW2 weapons currently in Warzone, which is frustrating that we have all these MW2 guns, but basically none of them are that competitive. But what happened in this game will honestly go down as maybe my most fond Warzone memory ever. It seemed like just another typical game until I ran into this guy. Yeah. Interesting for a level 8. And again, I ran into him, but this time the Bass B put him down. It's the same guy. This guy might be yacked. I don't know. He's got some crazy pre-games. He's either just a really good player on all, or he's him. I think he's got a little bit of the WALLS. I don't know. He might just be a good player, but he's had some crazy, every time he's like coming around a corner already shooting me. Finally, my suspicions were answered when my TikTok live chat confirmed that this guy was live streaming himself and in fact was cheating. Oh, TikTok says he's streaming with hacks. Oh, even another one of these again? Bro, you are horrible for having hacks. TikTok says he's streaming with hacks. Let's go. Oh, it's a 1v1v1. Okay. I just need to play zone. Wait. Okay, it's gotta be a 1v1 versus a hacker. Yep, he's hacking! Let's go, you freaking hacker! You suck! Ah! And just to confirm, we actually have his POV for when I killed him at the end.
Like,
Hi.
yeah, bro.
Nice shots, bro.
There's no way bro doesn't have walls. Okay, I'm a hacker. I should know this, bro.
If you're wondering how the heck was I able to beat a hacker, well, obviously the BAS-B and WC Swarm are just that good. I'm kidding. But I did break it down in a separate video that goes more in depth, so maybe go check that one out after this. But one thing that I've always contributed to helping my gameplay a ton is the custom controller that I use, which I've been using since Warzone 1, and that's AIM controllers. I actually even have my own custom design now, but the reason I love these and have used them for so long is pretty simple. In my opinion, they have the most comfortable and responsible paddles compared to any other custom controller brand out there. They also come with a lifetime warranty on all of the modded parts. So the 4 paddles allow you to bind any button to the back, and this makes things like movement, slide canceling, just so much easier to do. Plus, it's got the digital tap triggers, and you can actually toggle these off to go back to a full trigger pull if you're gonna play like a different type of game. And then they have custom analog sticks, so you can see that my right stick is actually taller than my left, and I can pop these on and off. And this extra height gives me more precision basically with my aim. It just makes me way more accurate. My discount code TCaptainX at aimcontrollers.com will save you a bunch of money at checkout if you're interested. It's a great way to support me as well if you're in the market for a new controller. Although the BAS-B is not technically meta anymore, it still hits pretty hard, and for resurgence, it's actually a pretty solid option. As long as you keep your fights really close with the Swarm is great. It just lacks range and much versatility. After the BAS-B was nerfed, there wasn't necessarily a clear-cut long-range meta, but I felt it would be criminal to leave off the MTZ 762 battle rifle, which was a top choice for at least 2 full seasons thanks to its high damage and low recoil. Its biggest flaw was it only had a 30-round mag, but thanks to a glitch with its conversion kit, it was possible to give it a 40-round mag, which made it even more dominant. And in Season 2, a new SMG, the HRM-9, released, which dominated the SMG meta, again, for almost 2 full seasons. The WSP Swarm also received a hefty damage range nerf, making it far less popular. The HRM excelled with clean iron sights, fast TTKs, and great mobility. It's probably my personal favorite SMG from Warzone 3. Also, Season 2 brought back Fortune's Keep, which was the second resurgence map from Warzone 1. It was generally well received, but some interesting changes made to the map, like a giant hole in the center of it, disrupted the flow, and some people really despised it because of these changes. When I started using the MTZ 762 again, I was surprised by how good it felt. It's got extremely low recoil, especially with newer attachments. However, its TTK is so-so and not quite as competitive to current meta options. The HRM-9 is solid too. It's still got great mobility, but again, its TTK is just not quite up there with the current meta. Unfortunately, right when I was trying to clutch up this game, we had some minor technical issues, and I thought I lost the entire recording of this game. Thankfully it wasn't, but at the very end I had to pull from my stream VOD, just a little bit lower quality. But this is a great time to plug my stream, which you should come watch. I stream here on YouTube, and then we also just started multi-streaming to Twitch as well at twitch.tv/TCaptainX, so come hang out.
More reward.
Probably in the... Did that guy do it?
Yeah, I can pull it from the YouTube stream, but it's just not going to be as good quality. Oh, dude, I'm so mad I just lost the recording. It's too bad that that 40-round glitch doesn't work anymore for the MTZ, because if it had that, I think it would be a pretty decently competitive option. The HRM-9 with the new Jack Slash underbarrel also gives it even crazier mobility, and this thing would have been nuts if we had this attachment back when it was meta. Eventually, the MTZ 762 caught a hard damage nerf, leaving the Ram 7 as the new clear-cut long-range meta, and it lasted for a good 2 to 3 months as the top option. The Ram had a fast fire rate and great TTKs. Its recoil wasn't too bad, but really excelled in the hands of highly skilled players. And the HRM-9 caught a hard nerf in Season 3 Reloaded, while the Striker 9, which was buffed earlier, now took over the top SMG spot. The Striker 9 was pretty similar to the HRM-9 in terms of strength. Its only downside was not as good iron sights. There were multiple ways to build it, and it could be a max mobility no stock setup or a low recoil sniper support. Probably the best part about this time of the game was that in Season 3, the iconic Rebirth Island finally made its return. And unlike Fortune's Keep, It was nearly identical to the original version that players loved. This also brought back tons of interest into Warzone, and the game was in a really good place at this time. Today, both of these weapons really lack the dominant firepower that they used to have, but the recent nostalgia felt great. Guy up here with me. Default. It's a Ram 7.
You're losing ground. Move it. All
Wait, one just pinged right below me. I think it's necessary. Oh wait, this could give me something really good.
You're in the top 5. Bring home
Advance. Yeah, I'll take it. Nice. Okay, this is good. This is good. This guy's climbing ladder. Yeah, that advanced UAV was so clutch. Let's go. The Ram is one of my all-time favorite guns, but I gotta admit, this meta lasted a little bit too long in Warzone. It's also unfortunate how harsh they nerfed the Striker 9. I feel like they absolutely just murdered it instead of just giving it a small nerf. The Ram 7 saw its downfall in Season 3 Reloaded, and the Striker 9 was nerfed in Season 4. But Season 4 brought back Call of Duty's most iconic weapon of all time, the Kar 98 sniper rifle. And yes, it's a sniper, not a marksman rifle. Does it take marksman ammo? No, it takes sniper ammo. Now, Warzone 3 had other one-shot snipers, but they were nowhere near the level of the Kar, especially in terms of that super fast aim-down sight speed time that the Kar iconically had. With Rebirth Island and now also the Kar 98 back, interest in Warzone was probably at its all-time high since Warzone 1. However, this Kar 98, although it was statistically similar to the original Kar, was far too powerful compared to the other weapons that were in Warzone 3. First, none of the other snipers were anywhere near the Kar 98. But the big problem was that the ARs and LMGs really lacked the range that their counterparts had in Warzone 1, leaving the Kar 98 as the no questions asked long-range meta. And this made the game a bit frustrating because everyone was sniping. Season 4 also brought another new weapon, the Superi 46 SMG, which, to no one's surprise, was the new clear-cut meta SMG, especially after the Striker 9 was nerfed. It had, and still has, insane movement speed, but of course, solid TTKs and manageable recoil. Oh! Oh!
We located the rest of them.
What? I don't know who was looking at me, but I'm getting stared at in the back. Right, he kept going. He's down here now.
Nice. You have 28K, 5 specialists at fire sale.
Oh my god!
How is that cheating? What did I do there that equals I'm cheating? I missed about 8 shots. The COD community is so brainwashed, dude. I missed half my shots on him and I'm cheating. When he flew directly over my head, I have a UAV up. Nothing makes sense, bro. We have been so brainwashed into just being like, oh, he's better than me? Yeah, he might be cheating.
This is the end game.
But that's where the car does one shot. Oh, where did that miss? Oh, he's a movement god. Oh my god. No, 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 no! Dude. Okay, I'm sorry that for the video, I didn't use my freaking... Dude, let me... Okay, I'm gonna have to just buy it. I give up. No. He expects me to rotate? Oh, dude, Combat Scout is so nice. We fake the smoke for the early rotate, and then we just go push him. The Superior is still very meta, and there's a lot of different ways to run this, but this is kind of my like overall balance setup that I like to use. If you're good at sniping and you can hit headshots, the car is still a very, very meta. The only really option here, I think, is which optic you like. I like to go with that kind of OG car scope, though. The car and Superior have both been nerfed several times since their introduction, but they're both very competitive and arguably still meta options. However, in Season 5 of Warzone, we once again saw the addition of 2 new weapons, which again, you're learning the trend, they became the new meta. Another fan favorite, the STG assault rifle, which was from Call of Duty Vanguard, made its return, but as a more modern version. This thing was broken out of the gates. It had a dramatically faster TTK than every other AR, and with the new Quartermaster suppressor attachment that came with it, it had very low recoil. A new SMG was also added, the Static HV, which also had best-in-class CTKs paired with solid mobility and lightning-fast handling. Thankfully, both of these weapons have been nerfed since their arrival, but in the recent World Series of Warzone tournament, which happened while I was making this video, both of these weapons were by far the most popular choices, so they're still the meta. It seemed like the game knew I was using the current meta and cranked up the skill-based matchmaking right along with it, but eventually we pulled through and got our final win. All right, there's a team over. Should probably go push.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Resurgence has...
Slammed. My concern is there's probably a team. Wait. Okay, that was a solo. Now it's 2 duos. You know what? Let me go keep the pressure on them. Okay, those guys are chilling up top there. I saw them. That's fine. They can do whatever they want over there. Oh, this zone sucks. This pulls to them. He just bought back. No way I didn't kill him. Wait, they're fighting. These teams are fighting.
All bounty targets destroyed. Hell of a job.
I got pull.
Contracts out there having payouts. Get to them.
Let's go! The Warzone meta challenge completed. Win a game with every past Warzone meta. In solo versus duos, by the way. And this SCG is, as of right now, the current meta, although in Season 6, we might see some changes. The Static has a few different options to run it as well. You can definitely swap the paracord for the Jack Slash for more mobility, but again, the Static is still very meta right now. To summarize my experience with Warzone 3 so far, I've really enjoyed it quite a lot, especially compared to Warzone 2. My biggest complaint would be that it hasn't had much meta diversity. Yes, there's been lots of different metas, but most of the time, there's 1 or 2 guns that are leagues above the rest at any given time. And if you're not using that meta gun, you're at a big disadvantage. Whereas in Warzone 1, yeah, there were still metas, but the gap between them and the other options were a lot smaller. And that allowed you to use multiple different guns at any given time, just creating more variety. Now, after all that, I'm sure you're getting ready to type in the comments, how dare you not include XYZ meta gun? And listen, let me explain. The guns I had the hardest time leaving off this list was the Polyamont 7.62 with the amp that it had and the WSP-9 SMG. Trust me, I love both of those things because I actually dropped my first 50 in Warzone 3 on Vondel with it, with that exact loadout. But other guns just kind of always slightly overshadowed them. The MTZ Interceptor was also tough to leave out, but it just didn't get as much love for Resurgence and was more specific to Big Map. And there's plenty of others, the DG58, MTZ 556, SPA 545, Holger 556, SOA Subverter, Ram 9, Striker, Renetti Aftermarket, and plenty more. Feel free to yell at me and get all your anger out in the comments, but I tried my best to pick the top 10. This video was recorded just before Season 6, but since the video was so long, it took a few days to edit, and Season 6 is now here. So I've already made an updated top loadouts video for Season 6 that I'll link at the end. By the way, if you're looking to stay up to date on the top Warzone loadouts, settings, and guides to just get better at Warzone, I'd encourage you to subscribe, because that's what we do here on this channel. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.